Hi, this is Anis from Never Stop Trucking. We have seen some rates fall dramatically in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So what's going on? Does anyone know? What sounds promising is that today I read an article where they say that flatbed rates are slowly coming up in certain parts of the country. And they're saying that the oil production looks promising. Tanker freight rates will go up. Some specialized equipment rates are going up. That's what they're saying. I don't know. So logically, by the end of this month or next month, hopefully we will see dry van, reefer and flatbed rates go up. We have been fighting with the brokers to give us more money in the last 2 weeks. It's not even funny. And the tariffs, I think, might be doing something to the markets, so hopefully they will self-correct and adjust in the future, but it probably has to do a lot with the way the things are going right now, because everyone is just scared to invest, everyone is scared to ship, and it's not good for the rates this week or the last week. I've seen some really crazy rates. We had to call like 20 loads to even have someone answer. These loads are just flying off the board. What we here do is we fight extra hard. We got new dispatchers here that are working strictly with us exclusively for Usora Express, and that's our way of fighting this. It used to be that one dispatcher was able to work with 10 trucks. That was kind of the standard. In good times you can also get more trucks, but right now it's really tough to have all those trucks and cover all of them and give them good loads. Right now, if you have 5 trucks as a dispatcher, you're gonna be very busy because you're gonna have to call a lot of loads in order to book something, and that's why we recognize that. That's why now we have more dispatchers here. I think that gives us an advantage. Mostly carriers, when they're trying to save money, when they see the load prices go down, they will try to cut down on some expenses, and some expenses you really cannot cut down that much on, like fuel. Like the fuel, it's what it is. You have to pay for fuel, you have to pay for maintenance. If you have equipment payments, you have to pay for those. Insurance, you have to pay for it. There is no question. But most companies will lay off people. They will cut down on their workforce, they will cut down on hours, or they will just fire unnecessary help that's not crucial for their operations. Here we're trying to do the opposite. We're trying to get more help, more dispatchers for us in order to help these guys. Like I said, it might sound counter-intuitive, but in our opinion, we want our drivers to be happy. We want our drivers to have loads. And even so, there are loads out there. It's not that hard to book a load. There are loads. It's just that they're cheap, right? They're cheap, they're heavy, they go to bad areas where there is no freight. Even with Florida, we see used to be able to go to Florida for like almost $4 per mile, because everyone knows that Florida is bad. But now they're offering you loads for $2, just over $2 to Florida, and you know that it's not gonna be fun getting a truck from there. Also, brokers, when they post a load, they will get hundreds of phone calls, hundreds of emails, and for them it's hard to answer all of them, and there is no negotiation. Even if you get a hold of someone, then you ask them for more money, they're not even gonna budge. They're just gonna say no. So we watch for loads that are already posted for a decent rate, or that we think are gonna have a good rate on them. Because if you see a load that's posted for $1 a mile or $1.20, there is no reason to even call that load, because you know that they're not gonna give you more money, that much more money. You know, like that load should be paid probably like twice as much, and you know that they're not gonna pay you that. So if we see a cheap load, we're not even gonna call it. So we try to be flexible. We try to use our imagination and be creative, right, to get a plan for the driver. Some problems will arise if a driver does not want a heavy load, for example. Then that driver is limiting him or herself and us on getting you a decent load. Now, when I say heavy load, I don't mean a load of $45,000. I mean, some drivers will not want to haul more than like 39,000 pounds or even less. So in that case, those drivers are limiting themselves on the potential. They're out there, like they're driving. So I guess you have to take something if you want to move. And I keep telling everyone, there is no point in waiting for a better load if you are in an area where there are suddenly no loads. Like for us, we used to send our trucks a lot to Wisconsin and Illinois, Chicago, but now even those areas don't pay that well. You go to one of those areas where you expected to get more money, but then all of a sudden you realize this week or today they're not giving you that much money anymore. But then does it make sense to wait till tomorrow to get a better load, or wait 2 days? No, it doesn't, because most likely tomorrow it's going to be paid the same. Maybe you're going to get a slightly better load, but that's it. So in my opinion, I just want to move the truck out of there. We see, like, if by noon there is nothing paying well, I talk to the owner operator. I say, hey, let's just move you out of there and get you to hopefully a better area, because if you wait till tomorrow, it's probably going to be the same price. Maybe try to find a lighter load for that money, or try to go to a better area. But then that's the most you can do in those situations, right? If the driver is already on the road, if the driver chooses not to work that week, they choose to stay home, like, I respect that. Like, you don't want to work in these conditions, I totally respect. But if you're on the road, most likely there is not going to be anything better than that. So let's just do that load. Let me know what you think about this situation. Like, is this going to pass soon? Why is this happening? How can carriers and owner operators try to get better loads and try to be profitable in these times? Let me know what you think. This is Anis from Never Stop Trucking and Usora Express. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.